The corruption and bribery of Lagos State government has finally been exposed to the whole world. Lagos State government is criminally responsible for the killing of 61 children. Number two is that we want to debunk the false information being circulated by Lagos State government, which have in its payroll mainstream editors of mainstream newspapers. There is misinformation going on that just 4 children, just 8 children, just 20 children died in the carnage. But the truth, the real truth, by our independent investigation, is that over 61 children lost their lives. 61 children below the ages of 10. 61 children, the future of this country, lost their lives in this carnage. And we put the casket of those 61 children at the foot of Governor Lagos State government. It is on record that this Lagos State government accumulates 34 billion naira. 34 billion naira every month. 34 billion naira, which is enough to turn this Lagos Island into a befitting island for the mass of the working people. Now, on the premises of that demolition, Lagos State government has embarked on an unscientific and on a empirical demolition of 200 houses. As we speak, just right in front of me is a building being demolished in the most unscientific manner. This building is being demolished with other existing buildings not evacuated at all. Now, let me refer you to Section 55. To Section 55 of the Lagos State Urban Planning and Renewal Law. That Section 55 says where government want to embark on demolition, it must embark on number 1, appropriate notices, number 2, fair hearing, number 3, evacuation. Now, Lagos State government is violating its own laws. Lagos State government is an infraction of its own laws, but it's not news to us. Just less than a year ago, Lagos State government went to Otodogbame and evicted over 50,000 inhabitants. The unscientific, the unempirical demolition method by Lagos State government has led to a second building collapse at Okealaro. Now, despite all the false information, despite all the misinformation by Lagos State government, and nobody died, nobody was trapped, no building collapsed, our independent investigation confirmed that another second building collapsed because workers did not have gloves, they didn't have enough tools to do their work. We are calling for alternative housing. No attempt to take over Lagos Island. Any attempt to take over Lagos State Island forcefully and repossess those lands for the rich and mighty will be resisted. We will mobilize heaven and earth against them. The Lagos State government has turned itself to the enemy of its own people. To the enemy of its own people. According to the UN, over 1 million people have been displaced by nobody else but by the government of its own people, which is Lagos State government. And we are calling for alternative housing. We are calling for justice for the Ita Faji victims. We are calling for compensation. We are calling for appropriate and qualitative health care. But on the long term, we are calling also for the cancellation of licenses to illegal national primary schools. As we speak, in 18 streets, there are 6 schools across the Lagos Island where pupils are learning under very decrepit and dilapidated building conditions. We call for end to privatization of education. We call for improvement of education. We call for overall rebuilding of healthcare. But if Lagos State government feels that it can go headlong, it is ready to repossess people's land and evict people. We will also engage them in street protests until victory is achieved.
We are here to register our protest against the ongoing demolition right now. The demolition, why are we registering protest is because no alternative is given to the people before the sudden demolition. This incident, which is even caused by the state, because the state licensed the school, if it's licensed, the state mark this house for demolition, and because of corruption, you know now corruption is legalized. It's officially legalized because you send people at the top who are earning 36 million a month. Mean corruption is legalized. The poor at the downstream don't have in gari to drink. Some people carry their children to this school, and the school was marked for demolition. Because of corruption, the school continued operation till what happened took place. That is why we are saying corruption must be killed in time. Corruption is the destruction of this nation. Corruption is killing Nigeria. But we want a true fight against this corruption. Not people who claim that they are fighting corruption and they are doing worse than the people who were taxed as corrupt people. We are saying that the demolition, before it continues, we should provide alternative to the people. Lagos should not reverse to its own system. The system is demolition. We have seen it at Atikorome. We have seen it at Ketu. We have seen it at Torogbame. We have seen it at Ajelogo. We have seen it everywhere. At least 1 million people, citizens of this nation, has been displaced. They don't care for wherever they are supposed to stay. We have people who stay in Kenu for months before they get shelter through their friend. So this demolition should be carefully taken care, looked into.